cars or controlled articular rotations, you can do this standing or seated or kneeling like me. Okay, so we're going to start with our hands out, squeeze the fist. We're going to radiate the whole body. You can begin by bringing the chin down, creating a circle with the chin around the clock. We're at 6 o'clock now. Rotate all the way around the bottom, all the way out to the side of the clock, all the way around and up, all the way around and back, looking over the other shoulder, looking directly at the other wall, and then scraping the chin across and down. One more rotation, all the way around and back. Don't go into any pain, look over the other shoulder. Remember, drawing a circle with the chin. Now 2 circles the other way. Starting down, rotate the other way. Bend into the side, extend back. Look over the other shoulder. Scrape the chin across the collarbone all the way down. Keep going. One more all the way around. Look over the shoulder all the way up and around. And complete. Good. For the thoracic spine, bring your hands across the chest. We're just going to bring the upper back down. So try not to bring the whole body down. We're going to rotate, twist, and then we're going to bend, and then we're going to extend back to our starting spot, focusing on those upper back tissues. Rotate the other way, bend into the side, flex all the way around, keep rotating, bend, extend back. Let's go the other way, rotate, bend, flex all the way down, keep rotating, bend, extend, rotate, bend, and flex all the way down. Again, you can do this standing or sitting. All right, the next one is the shoulders. So I'm going to squeeze the fist, go into shoulder flexion. Notice that my bicep is facing back. Now I'm going to turn my bicep forward as I draw a big circle without compensating, meaning I'm not opening up my T-spine and I'm not using my scapula. So if you need to make a smaller circle, that's fine. We're going to keep going until the circle is complete. The bottom of the circle, you're at about 6 o'clock, and then you're going all the way back around, all the way up to 12 o'clock, and then all the way around and down back to that 6 o'clock. So just think that you're tracing a clock. Flexion, internal rotation all the way to extension. So the back of the arm should be facing the body. And then from here, extension, external rotation, flexion, all the way across the body and down. And switch side, flexion, internal rotation all the way to extension, extension, external rotation, all the way to flexion across the body and down. One more. Flexion, turn the bicep forward as you rotate all the way around the clock, 6, back of the clock all the way around and up, 12, and all the way down. Next is our activation exercise. All right, for the scapula, what we're going to do is go to the hands and knees position. Bring your hands next to your side. You can't let your elbows leave your sides. So pretend there's a $100 bill right here and you're not letting it go. And your middle finger can go up and down, but it can't go forward and back. Okay? So those are the rules. Then we're going to pull the scapula up toward the sky, the scapula up toward the ears. Now we're going to bring the scapula away from the chest and back, and now down away from the ears. Now scapula is going to go forward in front of the chest. Keep those fingers glued and elbows glued. Up, all the way up, back, all the way down, forward, up, back, and down. Now we're going to go the other way. Back and up, forward and down, back and up, forward and down. One more. Down and back, up, forward, and down. Good. For the elbow, you're going to straighten the elbow to start. Think that you're moving through thick fluid, so it shouldn't just be a quick bend. So that's why I want you to really concentrate on your biceps and triceps contracting for your elbow. Palms are out. We're going to first flex, nice and slowly. Don't deviate the wrists. Now we're going to pronate, or rotate the elbow. And then as we do that, we're going to extend. Hold here. And as we supinate, we're going to bend all the way. And then we're going to extend, pronate, and flex. Supinate, keep flexing as you extend. And relax. Good. For your wrists, fingertips face down to 6 o'clock. So the middle finger is going to trace the outside edge of a circle or a clock, starting at 6. Going to go in, don't move the elbow or shoulder, all the way around and up to 12 o'clock, out, all the way around and down to 6. One more, all the way around and up to 12. For the wrists, fingertips are down, going towards 6 o'clock. Wrist is in front of the elbow. Try not to use your shoulders, just using your wrists here. It's not going to be a lot of movement. From here, we're going to go in, all the way around and up to 12 o'clock. You should be able to see your palms. And then out, all the way around and down. Now I should be able to see your palms. Good. One more, all the way around and up to 12. You can see your hands. Try not to fold them here. Out, all the way around and down to 6. We're going to trace the edge of that circle the other way. Out, all the way around and up. 12, in, all the way around and down to 6. One more, all the way around, all the way up, and up, in, all the way around, and down. Good. All right, for the hip, what we're going to do is stand up and find a wall. You're going to push into that wall and maybe hold on to a barrier or a dowel, or if you have the chance, maybe hold on to a wall as well. And what you're going to do is, using that same sided leg closest to the barrier or chair, okay, if you don't have either, what you're going to do is first flex the hip and then externally rotate the hip. Okay, if you don't have anything to hold on to for support here, just squeeze your fist like me. And then we're going to externally rotate the hip, internally rotate the hip. As you extend, knee touches knee. And then we're going to extend back, externally rotate and abduct the hip. That knee goes all the way in front of the hip. One more rotation, knee goes out. And then the knee is going to go back and down, around, and then one more, back and around, all the way up, and we're going to switch side. So find a different barrier. Remember, same sided hip. Externally rotate as you flex it up, and then we're going to swing that hip out with control. Internally rotate as you extend, knee touches knee. Extend, abduct, all the way around, and one more, all the way out, internally rotate, and back and in, back and out, all the way around, forward, and down. Good. For the knee, we're going to sit down on the ground for the knee. We're going to hold the back of the hamstring, and you can also do this on your back like this, if that is more comfortable. Okay? If you're able to, we're going to hold on to the knee with the opposite side, and the same side is going to hook underneath. We're going to point the toe up, and then try to internally and externally rotate at the tibia. Okay, the whole foot and knee should move together. If you feel like your ankle is doing the knees work, then you might not have control of external and internal rotation. So hold on to the knee, externally rotate, and then we're going to extend about 3/4 of the way. Try to internally rotate, and then bend. Externally rotate, extend, internally rotate, and bend. And now we're going to extend, externally rotate, bend, internally rotate, extend, externally rotate, and bend. Good. Let's go ahead and switch side. Externally rotate first, and then internally rotate. Just kind of try to find your rotation on that side. And then once you're comfortable, hook those hands around. Externally rotate, extend, internally rotate, and bend. Externally rotate, extend, internally rotate, and bend. Internally rotate, extend, externally rotate, and bend. Internally rotate, extend, externally rotate, and bend. Okay, for the ankles, we're going to hold on to the shin. We're going to point the toe down at 6 o'clock, and we're going to work our way around the circle to 12, all the way around back and down to 6. Focus on a huge circle. Big toe is drawing a big circle all the way up and around, all the way around and down. Other way, down, around, and up, up, all the way around and down to 6. One more, all the way around and out, out, all the way up to 12, 12, and around and down to 6. Switching side, point the toe down to 6, all the way around and up 12, 12 around and down to 6, all the way around and up 12, all the way around and down to 6. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Let's go the other way, down and around and up 12, 12, all the way around and down to 6, 6, all the way around and down up to 12, 12, all the way around and down to 6. Good. For the patella, what you're going to want to do is make sure that that whole leg is relaxed. We're going to move that patella in about 3 circles one way, 3 circles the other way. I like to push my thumbs together, hands underneath the knee, and kind of move the patella that way. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. You should be able to move the patella. If it doesn't move, that's something you might want to get checked out. Okay, let's go for the other side. And if you aren't able to move that kneecap, or you're not able to relax this leg, that might be a sign for you not to go into knee-specific exercises. So if I ever teach any knee-specific exercises, you might want to refrain from that, or you might want to just go and stick with the knee cars. All right, for the toes, we're going to go ahead and move those toes. We're going to bring the big toes up off the ground and hold here. Then we're going to smash those big toes into the ground and bring the small toes up off the ground. Good. Now all toes up off the ground, and we're going to try to separate the toes. From here, we're going to bring the pinky all the way down to the big toe to the ground. All toes up. Pinky all the way to big toe. All toes up. Pinky all the way to big toe. All toes up. Now just the big toe is going to tap the ground 3 times. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Okay. Last thing we're going to do is lumbar segmentation along with spinal flexion and extension. So we're going to get in the quadruped position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to tuck the chin, round the upper back, and posterior pelvically tilt those hips. We're rounding and flexing the spine. From here, we're going to pull into the ground with our hands and knees like we're trying to pinch the ground, but we're going to keep our back rounded. From here, as we're pinching the ground, we're going to articulate the low spine, then the middle spine, and then the upper spine and head and neck. Now again, pinch the ground with your stomach here. Keep this articulation. Try not to break it. And now we're going to push the ground forward and push the ground back with our knees here. Keep your position. And then articulate from low back all the way to mid back, head and neck. Good. And now I just want you to pull into the ground, low back all the way to head and neck, push into the ground, low back all the way to head and neck. Let's go the opposite way. So we're going to push into the ground, head is up, shoulders come down, mid back, low back, and then again head and neck, upper back, lower back, head and neck, upper back, lower back, head and neck, upper back, lower back. Good. All right, so that would be the full morning mobility routine. That is the full body morning mobility routine. Remember, do each joint as many times as you can throughout the day, especially those ankles and wrists. Very easily done. And the shoulders are going to definitely respect you a lot more if you just move them a little bit more than you typically do. And just make sure you're not going into any pain or closing angle pinching. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. All right, we are going to go into mobility next. This is great to do before dynamic stretching, which is done before your strength or your sprint training.